I mean, most of the people in here who knew who he is, John Betjeman.
He was a poet laureate, wasn't he?
Poet laureate, yes. But he also used to produce sort of, it was like a national treasure, the nation's teddy bear. It was sort of like David Attenborough is now, really, I suppose. Everybody loved him. Such a nice bloke. He used to do these videos of train journeys, churches. Anyway, so I wrote this poem. Wendy and I went up to the church to have a look, and I wrote this poem about, it was January, it's called January at St Enodoc'S, North Cornwall. When I came back, I got told a story, which I asked the person who told it, which is Diana Dixon, some of you might know Diana, about something that happened to her there. So I asked her if I could put it in a poem. So this is January at St Enodoc'S, North Cornwall. It's a true story at the end. Could there ever be a more curmudgeonly church, hidden away behind Trevetherick's trees at first, until you're out there on the links, keeping out a weather eye for flying golf balls, St Enodoc'S' first line of defence against visitors, its hermit founder would surely approve. Beyond the rise of flapping tussocks that relay a frantic semaphore switching from green to brown and back in the wind, I spy the scoliotic spire of this chapel of unease, which curses its discovery and hunkers down in the hope I might pass it by. At the court's gate I stroke the coffin bier, aware that the smooth grey slate was perhaps the last resting place of John Betjeman on the Poet Laureate's final journey. Standing alone, his stone shuns the company of others, but positions itself in accordance with his wavering belief, close enough to the gate. The stone, plain slate from nearby Delabole, is inscribed with the superfluity of flourishes you might find under a child's first signature, a doodle for a poet no longer composing. But the church entrance is welcoming, at least, as pine cones and apples tart up the gloomy ingress. After finding the light switch, I see the interior is Spartan, the walls rendered and whitewashed grey flagged floor. Rainwater drips down from the bell tower, splashing coat hooks no one would choose to use, and limp bell ropes weary of summoning. An ageing dehumidifier stopped bothering long ago and squats disgruntled on the floor. As I gaze up at the rib-vaulted ceiling and think of Jonah inside the whale, behind me the poet's father is immortalised in a plaque. Ernest Edward Betjeman, 1872 to 1934, the last of 3 generations of high-class cabinet makers. He worshipped here and fell out with his only son, who just wanted to write poems. Their uneasy relationship endured and left, one within the church and one without. I climb up to the graveyard's highest point and sit on the bench, feeling cold-shouldered as there is little in the way of refuge from the westerlies that surf across the grey Damer Bay. Even the protective arm of Bray Hill offers no comfort. Below me, once buried by wind-blasted sand, the church, unearthed and as trenched as an archaeological dig, sits hunched like a cat in a litter tray, hemmed in by 5 of 18 holes, while golfers provide today's only colour, sprays of anemones out of season. From the bench I gaze down at the tilted gravestones and imagine my hand flipping them over in turn as I eliminate each one from a game of Guess Who, until I'm left with only the aged curmudgeon. But it's her story I remember, not his. The schoolgirl, a summer 5 decades gone, a Cornish maid swinging her girl guide's hat, walks carefree along the compressed dune path and sees him shambling towards her, holding down his battered brown trilby against the playing incoming zephyrs. She knows him, though many her age wouldn't, but this bright girl has seen him on the telly, the famous poet, the nation's teddy bear, composing no doubt as he heads in her direction. She gives him her brightest and best smile before calling a cheerful, "Hello, Mr. Betjeman." He strides past her and without any rhyme or reason tells her to fuck off.